Hiya folks, and welcome to another video on my 1977 Yamaha FS1E, which I've started to buy some parts for actually. I've had a couple of people say, oh, why don't you leave it as it is and keep it original? I think it has been repainted in the past. It's also had, looks like, reproduction mudguards front and back, and maybe a reproduction back light as well. The engine casings need some work, the crankcases, need some work. I've got some exchange crankcases to do that. It's not a matching numbers one. But I have been buying some stuff because when I took the seat off last week and we looked at the wiring on one side where the battery was, I found out that it'd been chopped about quite a lot. So I've actually gone out and bought a reproduction loom, which has been handmade to the actual specification of the original colour scheme. Everything's the same connectors and all that. So that's a brand new, that cost me about £115. I went out and bought one of these, which is the Fizzy manual. And I know you can find a lot of the information online and get it in PDF version, but I paid £35 for that, believe it or not. Hell of a lot of money. I've also got some decals for the pedal mechanism and stuff like that. Things like this where you get replacements printed up. There's a different one in there. They've got one there. I've got one for the, I think the pedal gear as well there. And also one for the fuel tank, which shows the 20:1 petrol mix on the tank there. So that's that one there. So I've got them to go on. So as I say there, I could run and ride it as it is, but you know what it's like when you buy stuff, you want something to be done up quite nice or whatever. I also bought some not indicators, some wing mirrors. This thing's got no wing mirrors on it. So out there are some pattern wing mirrors. You can't get the originals and they'll be extortionate in price anyway, so we've got them to go on there. So I've got two of them. The exhaust, although it's in pretty good condition, I'm not going to disregard this exhaust, but it has been smashed at the end there. And also I know you can clean them out with caustic soda and all that sort of stuff, but I actually went out and bought a new reproduction exhaust, and this is it. This wasn't bad value actually. I got it from M&P, which used to be a big mail order company back in the 80s, and that is it there. So it's a reproduction one. I don't know, it says it does from 1973 up to 1990 or whatever, so I don't know whether it's got any sort of restriction in it. Normally the restrictions are in the top there, but that's got no restriction in it at all whatsoever. So I'm just hoping that's going to be okay. Failing that, you know, I'll always have the original to fall back on. So coming round here, I bought the new shock absorbers, as you can see there. Coming round here, I'm not too sure whether that's original on this model, this little keyhole in there. I thought the earlier ones had the key operated rated ignition from the side. I don't know whether that's original or not, so I'll have to find out about that. But that's that. So the wiring loom, as you can see in the last video, let me just put that back on there. I think that must have been part of an ignition. But as you can see, the wiring has been messed about with. So replacing that loom will take all this back to original. So that's what I'm hoping is going to be okay there. Someone also mentioned that this pedal lever was on the wrong way. Well, I've ordered a whole new set and a new chain, because there's no chain actually in there for the pedal mechanism. Things like the chain guards and also the pedal guard there, and these engine casings I can actually get done because I've got a powder coating oven which I made many moons ago. And things like the engine tubes at the front there, I'll get them powder coated. I can powder coat them myself and stuff like that. Things like the casing there I can get powder coating as well. The fork legs can all come down and be cleaned up and polished and resorted out, so that's not a problem. The chrome on the wheels is absolutely fine. I don't know whether they're replacement wheels or whatever, I'm not too sure. It's had a new tyre on the front there, as I mentioned before. That looks like a reproduction, but again, that will clean up absolutely lovely. Someone else mentioned that they thought the front light holder was yellow from new. No, they was black originally, so I'm going to get that. You can buy these rims, they're only about 12.5 quid, so I probably will change that. It's got a few dings in that one, as you can see there. All this sort of stuff will paint up lovely. All this stuff will all clean up lovely, so I've got to sort that out. Although I did notice, coming around here, I think in the aluminium, I think the threads might have gone in the top there for the wing mirrors. So I might have to look into actually either helicoiling them, drilling them out and helicoiling them, or maybe, I don't know, sourcing another pair, I'm not too sure. But all this stuff can be cleaned up and re-powder coated or whatever. So that's all not a problem. And the thing is, I was going to leave it, but when you actually look closer to the tank, it's full of scratches and dents and stuff, and there is a big dent I saw somewhere. It might be around the other side. Where is it? I thought it was in the front there. Oh, it's there. There we go. You probably can't see it, but if I get you at a certain, no, I can't even get you at a certain angle. There is a dent there under the label. In fact, if I hold it there, maybe you can see the line sort of looks like it goes in a little bit. Well, that is a dent there. So what I've decided to do is to remove the tank today, remove this side panel and also the other side panel, because Jimmy, my boy, is going to spray it for me. I've ordered the decals, so they're coming pretty shortly. So it looks like I'm going to end up stripping this down, because once I take this down, and I'm going to need to take the engine out to change the actual main crankcases as well. Chances are I'm going to be unbolting all this lot and getting it right down to the frame. The frame looks like it has been hand painted at some time. I will strip this down and I will sympathetically clean every part up, restore it, paint it as needed. And if there's anything which is needing to replace on the rebuild, because I'm about to come up against other stuff, I'll actually do that as we go along. So let's get this other side panel off, which lucky enough is a nice simple affair, and these are in pretty good condition. I'll show you what I mean about this not being the original paint when I take it off. If you actually look inside, you can see where it has been painted before. It's not been fully painted inside there, so I can see that that's not original. But what I need to do is obviously, I was going to take a picture and get a tape measure. In fact, if I do it on video, it'll make my life a little bit easier. Let me just put that back in there for the minute. And what I'll do is I'll just mark down from the top to the top of the decal, which looks like that is from the center. It looks like 6.2 centimeters. That's the side panel on this side, 6.2 centimeters. Looking at the tank, the line along the tank there, coming up from the bottom, that looks like 13 millimeter. From the front there, that's 15 millimeter. So it looks like that slightly goes up there, so maybe that's a discrepancy. I don't think that's original. So if I stick to 13 millimeter there, I should be okay. And coming in from the side of the front of the tank, if I hold that right on the edge there, like that, well, it needs to go that way really, isn't it? The Y from the Yamaha is 23 centimeters from there to the start of the Y, 23 centimeters, with probably a couple of mil gap there, I would have thought there. That comes out at about 3 mil gap above there. So that should give me some sort of baseline of where the stickers need to be. And again, it's getting the angle right on these when you put them on. Some people just guess them, and I've seen people hold them up like that straight and then put them straight across like that. Of course, when you put it on the bike, it's at the wrong angle. So when Jimmy does paint these, I'm going to be bringing them home, putting them on the bike and applying the decals in situ, so to speak. So that's what I'll be doing there. Then giving the side panels and tank back to Jimmy, and he's then going to lacquer over the top, because we're going to lacquer them in. I know these ones aren't lacquered in, as I say, but that's what we're going to do there. So these ones from this line, if you can take it from there, maybe, I don't know, that comes down at 4.5 centimeters from the center part there, right from the center down there, 4.5 centimeters. So yeah, that's that. So let's get the side panels and tank off and get them ready. So off we come again. These look to be in pretty good condition. There's not really any dings in these at all, so this will just need a bit of rubbing down and stripping, and no filler work needed in that one, definitely not in that one. This one, looking at that one again, I don't know whether these are reproductions or the originals, I'm not too sure, but they look again to be in decent condition. So that's them off. So let's lower this back down again. Let's just pull that back. Drop this down now. But before we do that, I think I better drain the fuel out of the tank. So let's get that off of there like that and just switch it on and see what comes out. I'm not too sure. If I take the cap off the thing, it might come out quicker, maybe. No, that didn't work, did it? So that's coming out really, really slow. Not sure if it should be faster than that, to be honest with you. But I know this is a reproduction tap. What happens if you go to the reserve position? No, that's still just as slow, look. Right, so let me drain this out, folks, and I'll come back to you. Right, before I actually drain that tank out, I think what I'll do is I'll take it off and then drain it out. It's taking too long that way. But I have got this battery here, which was on the bike, and a few of you did say that the levels in it were a little bit low, which I was aware of anyway. They're just in between the minimum and maximum mark, but one of them is a little bit lower. So I've just got this here, and I'm just going to put it on the 20 volt scale and see if that has held a charge at all. Let's disconnect that battery charger now. Put the negative onto there and the positive onto there. There we go, it's still 2 volts, that's still 2 volts. It don't appear to be charging at all, so that's going to probably be knackered. So I'll just take it down a little bit so I can get to the top of it. And we'll see if we can remove this tank. There we go, that'll probably do it. Now there shouldn't be too much to this, to be honest with you. It looks like it's just held on by this rubber thing here. And as you can see there, it's got a bit of yellow paint on it. So it looks like it has been painted before. So if I just lift that up now, and that pulls out there. And that looks like that's as simple as it is. Should have 2 rubber bungs at the beginning maybe. There we go, it's quite a bit of petrol in there still. So there we go, that's how simple it is to take the tank off, folks. So I can drain that out now. So that's what I was talking about. It looks like it has been painted before. So that just sits on the frame like that. The frame does look like it has been painted before. So I will strip all this down, every component off of it basically, and ship that off to my sandblaster, and he will sandblast it and repowder coat it as well. Yeah, it's a 596, as you can see. It's on the 596 frame number, and also that E11 sticker on the front there. They make reproductions of these now, so I've actually got one of them as well. Right, that's that. That's all drained out now. It's quite clean inside though. If you have a look there, I can't see that, can you? It's good metal in there by the looks of it, so I'm happy with that. And that's the state of the fuel that come out of it. Look at the state of that. Look, I've got 2 containers full of that. Look, so I'll use that as a cleaning fluid or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do there. That's the fuel filter, so that's okay. Right, so that's that stripped down. I'm happy with that, so that's can now be prepared. Let's turn it up the other way and just show you the underside of it. So someone's obviously had this off before. It looks okay. It don't look like there's any rust that's been on it. I'm not too sure. There's a little bit of a speck of rust there. I'm not too sure whether that's just a little bit of surface stuff or not. But if it does hole out, then I'll have to get someone to obviously weld it or silver solder it or something like that. So I'm not too sure yet. But apart from that, it's not leaking at the moment. So yeah, it's in pretty good nick, that tank, to be honest with you. So it has been repaired or repainted, should I say, in some part of its life. So there you go. So lucky enough, there is a wide network of parts for the Fizzy, and loads of people who've got groups on Facebook and stuff like that. So what I'll start to do now is to slowly disassemble it now, put it in boxes, get it down to the bare frame. Then I can get the frame and also other bits that need blacking sent off to the powder coater, and the rest of the powder coating, the smaller stuff like the controls like that, I can do in my own little powder coating oven there. So that's the plan anyway. Well, just a little quick fast blast one just to show you that we're moving forward with it. And keep tuned, folks, there's plenty more to come on this bike. We're going to get this one up on the road ASAP. I've still got the RD250 DX sitting over there awaiting a new set of J&R pipes, and also the ignition system which I bought for it, the electronic ignition system. So that will probably be coming up in the summer, but this thing I just want to get it up and going. So that's going to be my priority at the moment. I've still got other bikes outstanding. We've got an RSX 100 sitting over there. I've got a mobilette moped, and I've got a host of other bikes as well, but they will probably be coming up as and when. And also I've got another little issue I've got with the Mondeo ST220. The alarm keeps going off, so I've got a video trying to find out what's causing that issue. Anyway, stay tuned, folks. Hope you liked the video. We'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.